Eccoci. Con te, Gnomo, siamo live.
Con voi. Hi, everyone. Con voi. Welcome back to Talks with Damanhur. Tonight we had a very, very, very special guest, the man beyond the camera. Okay, actually now we can eventually reveal that the man beyond the camera every time was Manta Shitake. Very happy that you are here with us, that you accept the invitation. Tonight we want to touch a very, very important topic, the topic of tradition. And but Manta will immediately remember me that we have to talk about the community, the Damanhur community, the network, the platform we are developing. We are also now, it's growing, this platform. And there are also some news in the near future about that. And so subscribe to the community if you're not yet subscribed. And also we want to remember to every one of you that it's possible to ask something to us during the live. We are very happy to receive questions. We love questions, correct, Manta?
Yes, definitely.
And so what about tradition? It's a topic we were going to touch 1 year ago, but we chosen to wait a little bit in order to grow the community, in order to have more people involved, because it's a very, very important topic. When we talk about tradition, not only in Damanhur, in all the spiritual paths, we are talking about a sort of gold thread that is following human being from the very beginning, a sort of project of evolution of our species. This project of evolution is, of course, connected to knowledge, informations, tools, and first of all, the divine spark of the people. So our will, our free will, that is the engine that can move everything all together. So what is tradition? In Damanhur, from the very beginning, we chosen to study also the very beginning of the knowledge of human being. So from the Indian Vedas to the last different theories and mystery schools all around the world, because this is a common field where everyone is experimenting a way to evolve. What is the difference between the different paths? From our point of view, it's only the language, the metaphors we use, the culture, the education we have. But in every tradition, in every spiritual path, there is always the same root. There's always the same seed. That is the seed of a species that is trying to evolve, so to pass through a sort of number of challenges in order to find solutions and to find a way to stop to destroy themselves, but to create something completely new for the species and for the entire world. Manta, I want to ask you something about that, because the Damanhur tradition tried from the very beginning to create a sort of coherent platform where every tradition, where every point of view is one of the tools. Okay, shamanisms, magic from Egypt, all the schools of the Middle East and the Far East, everything is part of a sort of common book of magic, a common book of the evolution. And from that book, we understood, and also also thanks to the thousands and thousands of past lives we collected in 50 years of research, we can read, putting together all the different information, all the different aspects. We can read a story, a very long story, where human being started, first of all, achieving, conquering the free will. So the power of to be able to choose. Okay, against everything, human being is able to choose. I think today is one of the most big lack of all the people around the world. People believe that they are not able to choose, but we are always able to choose. So what do you think about that? What do you Manta, maybe it's also important also to talk a little bit about you, a sort of short biography, because Manta is working in Damanhur a lot with all our beautiful guests every day, correct? And so you are also talking and you are connected with other researchers that they come to Damanhur, they visit the temples, they talk with us. And so I think you collected a lot of very interesting point of view about this story. What do you think about it?
Yes, just to shortly introduce myself, I'm not an expert of ancient tradition, first of all, but as Gnomo was saying, I'm in the lucky position here in Damanhur to the initiator and of many projects about innovation and connection with other realities, and from shamans to scientists that want to study Celtica. So from this point of view, I'm more and more asking myself the question on how everything I'm learning, especially by the practice and by the practical experience, is connected to this ancient tradition. And on this, I think one of the key points I have observed about the topic of this relation is how we, as Damanhurian, connect to this idea of syncretism, the one you are mentioning, so that there is a common root on many different point of views and traditions. And one of the things that is very evident is that all the experience and all the belief system of Damanhur, as you have mentioned, through the mentioning our past life research, is based on our practical experience. So we in Damanhur are taking a lot of the basic element of many tradition, and we have used syncretism a lot in the beginning. But what has been developed is something that is really live, and I perceive it and experience especially when shamans comes here, or elders of tradition of indigenous people, and they tell us their stories that are not part of what we have studied at the beginning, but is absolutely consistent with the storytelling, the myths that Damanhur has recovered, but also developed. And so I think one element that is really a connection point between old and ancient tradition and the modern world of scientist, physics, and research on well-being, that is another big topic, is this practical connection between myths and the divinization of a matter, that is one of the elements that, together with the free will of human being, is one of the specific point of view, in my opinion, of what our school of thought is sharing and is applying in all these years.
Yes. And of course, we are also facing the challenge to do that because, it's risky. It's always risky.
Yeah.
Every time we talk about tradition and we talk about, something that is trying to renew the tradition, the risk is to, destroy the message or misunderstand the message. There is some, looking at the past, looking at the very past, for example, the Vedanta, studying the Vedanta, something that it's really, really amazing is how it was a syncretistic philosophy. There are many different stories about the king that was praying a certain god, and the wife the wife that was praying another kind of god, without any kind of conflict. The conflict started after. So there was a sort of shift, and this shift is also, it's quite clear. It happened 1,000 years before Christ, when all the different language of the world changed. The ancient Greek changed, the Sanskrit changed. They conquered the future. So people started to talk about tomorrow I'll do something. So talking about project and not talking about manifestation. I am. Okay. So this moment was the moment where all the monotheisms rise. And from that moment on, also the conflict between traditions started. So today, this spiritual path, this challenge is also a challenge in order to solve or to heal the problem of conflicts. Today, conflict is something very hard to be faced and, first of all, to be solved. This is one of the main aspects that we are also facing in our project. So the way to transform the message, but saving the message. What do you think about that? What did you notice all around the world about the different other tradition or different other schools, and how they try to solve the problem to keep the message but change the language? What do you think about, in your experience?
In my experience is mostly connected to what to our specific challenges, and to this approach of the new age, as is defined, that and the big a big challenge between exoterism and esoterism. So how can we share more content, more complex concept, without losing the value and the work and the deep transformation and the work that we have to do on ourselves to achieve results. So I think, for what I see, that one of the challenge in this moment is to simplify and to make everything more accessible without losing the need of consistency, of research, and of let's say somehow make an effort to download in the matter and make this transformation happen, not only by being in a flow, but acting. And this is one of the things that I believe Falco was a great visionary, because in the vision of Damanhur, the matter, this world of form, is not something, is really part and is a playground of a transformation. And so this makes easier to apply esoteric concept in a practical way. The temples themselves behind us here are a real expression of a complex myth and a complex a series of complex concept applied in the matter, because this is the place where through our acting, through our creation, we can transform and ascend and conquer spirituality. So this is something for me that can help decoding and connecting spiritual topics that can seem something, let's say, beyond us or just too theoretical in ancient books, in something that is very, very practical, and apply them to our daily life.
Yes. Maybe in a nutshell, we can say that in Damanhur, also action is a medit action. So it's a medit action. So medit action means to put together medit action and action, something very practical. This is also another challenge. In Damanhur, we've chosen to do that also because with the complexity, with the number of different attitudes, we have people that they are studying, people that they are working, people that are building, people that are projecting, developing. So another aspect of the Damanhurian tradition that we can also find in very ancient tradition is the connection between people, the group. The idea that the spiritual path is not something that you do as an individual, but is both something you do as an individual, but also as a group. This is apparently completely, impossible. Or you are walking as a person, or you're walking as a group. Because when you walk into a group, you have to follow the group. But if you follow the group, you're not following yourself. So how to solve this apparent conflict? This is another important aspect that we have tried to, in some way, represent on this new world that is maybe part of the tradition, as an age, a golden age, where this conflict between me and us was not present. So we passed through a sort of middle age of our soul. We are talking about thousands and thousands of years, where we lose something. We lose this, this sort of attitude to put together me and us. That is something very strange, because eventually, actually, we are the representation as a body. We are the representation about many, my organs, my head, my feet, my shoulders, everything about me that is in the same time also myself. This aspect is an aspect that we are also representing in the social structure of Damanhur. Many communities, many groups with many projects. This aspect is also a way we are using in order to collect more knowledge and more tradition we can. Maybe, Manta, you can talk a little bit about the project we started many years ago after Falco died to collect, to download here in Damanhur also the tradition of other people, correct?
Yeah, but I think this is a key element, because it's really a connection and a differentiation point between some old tradition and other tradition, like that put in the individual development the possibility to evolve, like from the Kabbalah or Hinduism or Gnosticism. It's an individual path. And it's interesting to observe, while shamanic tradition, indigenous people, the shaman itself is the one that evolves on behalf of the community and in connection with the community. Also, in those cases, sometimes the initiatic path is something that you do individually, but the sense of community is a key element. And so we have a project, and Damanhur since the beginning, and one of the Falco key point for evolving ourselves is related to connection. We have many projects that states and research on how the need of connection with others being other human, but also the plant world and the animal world as a key element for conquering our reconquering our divine origin and our divine awareness. In specific, the one you are mentioning is what we call the magical renaissance of indigenous wisdom, that has the goal of reconnecting with as many elders, shamans, medicine men and women of the planet to create an arc and of the energetic knowledge of these people of the world, because we all often speaks about the risk of losing an extinction of animals and plants, but cultural and genetic and tradition extinction is another huge topic. And these traditions that are as ancient, maybe sometimes even older than the one some more religious approach tell us, these ancient traditions really are at risk at the moment. The project this project that has on the community a group and that consists also of rituality in a special place that is called the crystal spiral, where a place where each crystal holds these memories of these people, is something that has brought here in Damanhur elders and people who represent and live this tradition. And the amazing part, as I was just telling at the beginning, is that some of their of what they recognize here is amazing. So we've had people that in the temple, like some these woman from Mongolia, the grandmother Adyama Langva, she's spiritual director of the Girling Urgu Shamanic Association that has written more than 40 books about sacred knowledge. And when she was visiting the temples, she recognized the reference to Atlantis. And in their tradition, I discovered there, in their tradition, this is a moment in which people that has lived in that moment of Atlantis will try again to reconnect and to make it happen, that step for evolution. And many others who came here recognize symbols and are part of these, let's say, shift of energy, of awareness that pass through contact, very simple elements like contact with nature and contact with what is here in this playground. Because this is one of the big differences I've seen, is that for many of these ancient traditions, This is the playground. This is the place to make things happen.
Yes. Thank you very much. There is another aspect about the tradition that, it's very important. It's a big problem. It's a big topic, that is immortality. We can maybe split the world into different aspects. Some of the tradition, they sell mortality. They offer immortality. You have to follow this tradition. You have to follow this path, and you will receive immortality. It's a sort of, a way to buy your faith. And there is another branch of traditions that they say immortality is not something you can manage here. Here is the place of mortality. So immortality is in some other place. You don't have to take care about immortality. Do you think that maybe in Damanhur we are trying to build immortality inside this mortal world? What do you think?
I think that the vision of Damanhur about the soul as an entity with an history is really original compared also to other one, because here and for us, the goal is to play this game that has been a choice. It's not been something, we are not here to repair, maybe like some elements of Kabbalah can make us understand, and in that type of tradition, we are not here in a game that we cannot change, or like some part of the Hinduist tradition, or we are not imprisoned like some the Gnosticism can express here.
Yeah.
We are here, and we have been here, so our soul will be here over and over to play a game we choose to play. And is not granted that we will play it forever. Is not granted in the Damanhurian vision that our soul is immortal. But we can, let's say, evolve to another plane if we play this game good. And as is very evident in the storytelling of the temples, it's all about expressing at best our talents and connect all the part that composes through love, and take the best of us, express at best, in order to then, when we die, because that's part of the game, when we die, all our experience can be something more than what came here. And so it's like we have a set of tools, and we have been able to compose the best from what we got. These will help us to come maybe next time with more awareness. And in these, the idea of the people, of being together, is fundamental, because as in the shamanic tradition, as in the people's tradition, peoples of the world tradition, to come back again and not starting from scratch, so evolve in the sense, being immortal, because you remember more and more what you've done in your past, in your past lives. You need a container, and this container is a group container, is not an individual experience. So it's how all the peoples in the world, all the tradition in the world that are beyond, that helps the people to come back with more awareness and to evolve. So I think this is an original concept of immortality, and that is connected to awareness, love, and a common project with others to because alone is hard to make it.
Thank you very much. Manta, I have a confession for you, only me and you, okay? I have a confession, because for many years teaching the personality theories, I had to realize that this system where every new life, there is a new team, and your personality is growing inside the board like a company. But every time it's a new project with other people, other investors in your company, every life, the idea of individualism is completely destroyed. So what I realized, and I was very afraid about that myself, Gnomo, it's something very, it's only an attempt. It's only one piece of a longer story, because every new life would be a new board with other personalities, not only me, with other stories, with a new personality that must be created, must be designed. And so the idea of the worst idea of individualism is completely destroyed. And so my personal answer to these questions about immortality is that maybe if we want to build immortality, we have to leave the worst part of individualisms, or is impossible to be immortal if we want to be, only myself, and to keep everything about me, and not to be able to melt myself inside a bigger design. Very scary for me.
Yeah, but as we were saying, Damanhur is very practical, is very experiential, and we have a lot of allies. For Selfica is one of them, and it helps through Selfica. That is also ally for creating altered state of consciousness experience. Personally, I've experienced that state of reconnection with something that is that connection point with the rest, and is a strange feeling. Perceive ourselves both as an individuality and as a part of everything. And I think that is the challenge. Yes, forgive me as an individual, but thinking that as an individual, I am specific. I have something that can contribute. Like I'm a piece of a mirror that has a specific inclination. And so my way of reflecting the reality can contribute to the design of the reality itself. And yes, this is something that should be done together with the app, without and probably just recognizing that I'm just an angle of something that is something that is not better than anyone else, or it is just a point of view. And I think Damanhur in its practical life, it's living in community, in sharing research with others and opening to the world and to many different traditions, force us to really make it become a real experience, because it's a challenge. It's a huge challenge.
Yeah. So maybe we can say that one very interesting challenge is to take on board the better part of individualisms, to save the better part of the individualisms from this age. This age is the age of individualisms. We invented individualisms. And so maybe because there is a topic, because there is a scope, because there is a, also individualisms can be one of the elements, like you said, the piece the little piece of the mirror, the little part of the mirror that is an element important for the plate, for the taste of the plate as a cook, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that is really one of the ingredient that is necessary to recreate the divine and these and to reach the goal of a game. I don't know if we keep on with the metaphor of a playground. So one of the goal of the game is not recognizing that what each individual is important, that we have the same source, but our individualism is one that can recreate these one just
Yes.
with more
Yes.
experience.
So from this point of view, it seems like that Damanhurians, they are trying to create a sort of armistice between the tradition that say that ego must be completely destroyed and other tradition that say ego, it's very important. So we are in the middle trying to put together the better part of individualisms, but keep, being careful that this part of individualisms is not too much, is not, destroying the common project. I have another question, Manta. One last.
Yeah.
No, actually, it's not the last one. The last one I want to give the last question to the people that are following us for, something that they can homework. The second question I have, talking with you, thinking about what is going on, is that I think that looking at the material, looking at the world, looking at what's going on all around the world, maybe we can say that there are people, or there is a specific approach that says that the world, the physical world, is a problem that must be solved, and someone else that says that the material world is the tools you have in order to achieve a goal.
Yeah.
Two very different approaches, but with the same environment, actually the same environment. I think this is something we can meditate about. Okay, so how much we are considering this material world as a prison, as you said, like some ancient tradition, or tools, something we can use. We can use like I don't remember this guy that was designing everything with very few tools. Was a television series. So last question.
Yeah.
Do you have something to say?
Yeah, on these, I think there are. It comes again to the why you are here in this. What is this playground about? So this playground is a cage, and what we have are things that challenge us in order to pass some proofs, or it's a playground with tools. And for what I see and what I feel when I bring people in the temples, and I'm inspired by what I see around me, the answer is the second one. So one of our motto and one of our goals is to divinize the matter. This means take and be aware of what we have around us, what are the things that we have here, and enjoy and play with that to extract value and to make change happen here, because the transformation place, the place where we can conquer, also a spiritual conquer, is this one, making things. And we have plenty of tools. We are not aware of some of them. We are like in our tradition, like in many others' tradition, there are subtle things. We in Damanhur make experience and do the activation thanks to our ally to the temples to be aware of our subtle organs, our wings, our tail, and the things that connect to our energy body, and to the spirit of nature, to the connection with the plant world, to the connection with the animal world. So if we are really deeply inside this playground, we can extend the borders that we have and the limits that we have in perceiving what's around us, and make this conquer of awareness of evolution here, extending our capabilities and our possibilities. So I think this is an amazing approach to spirituality, because it doesn't send in another place, in another moment, or in another dimension our possibility to evolve and become divine. It's here.
Okay. Thank you very much, Manta. I think we touched many different topics, many different aspects of this element of tradition. What to say? Maybe one last question, something we can, offer to the people that are following us is, what if in this life, in this presence on this planet, maybe this is not only a life, yours is not only a life, and maybe you have a mission. What if you have a scope? What if your specific behavior, your specific talents are useful for the planet and we are waiting for you? What if the tradition is actually a sort of calling to everyone in order to reawake? Maybe it can be.
I feel that, and in my personal life, but I can speak about my personal life in this case, and
you have to.
Yeah, I have to. I've met Damanhur very young, 20-something. Then I was in corporate career in Milano for many years, and then I decided to go back exactly because I was thinking, but what's the goal? What's my mission? What I'm here for? And also having the possibility, and I think I'm very lucky in being here and having the possibility to exchange with people that ask this question to themselves. And the other very, very interesting element is that is not closed in a single tradition, but we are doing this question and we are constantly facing with people coming from all over the world, from other school of thought, with other belief systems. And on this gives a great opportunity to make question to yourself. So what's my talent? What's my uniqueness? What's my role in reflecting a specific part, a specific point of view of a reality that can be helpful, and it can be more helpful if you are in a social context, because if you are alone, you just can do whatever you want, travel the world every day in a different place, enjoy life, and that's it. And maybe that's your mission. But when you are working with others for some practical projects, like the mission that we have, like the temples, like this project with indigenous people of other, when you are in that type of practical things, it's easier after a while with many other people that reflect you as a mirror to understand and ask yourself, okay, but what I want for real? And I think this opens to really great personal conquer and a sense of peace also in the mess, because living in community is not an easy challenge, but it's the center, the permanent center of gravity, as Franco Battiato was singing in a song, helps to create that.
Yes. Maybe in a nutshell, we can say that when community when community is working, because people support each other, everything is simpler, everything is faster, and we can spend less effort and achieve and obtain more. Okay.
Yeah.
Manta, thank you very much for to be here with us tonight, and thank you for the
Thanks to
people
you.
that are following us. I have to remember to everyone, because Manta remember me, I have to remember to everyone that people, they can subscribe to the community, correct? They can also
Yes.
find all the different recordings. What are 3 years, 2 or 3 years of recording, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Almost
Yes.
3 years of recordings, different topics, different people, different interviews. We are focused not only to talk about topics, but also to present people. So tonight I'm very happy that you were here with us, because we had the occasion to present yourself, to present Manta to the people that they not yet know who you are. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Richard, for your comment. Con voi.
Okay.